another topic in mathematics wherein we're going to discuss about special products. From the word itself, product, so therefore the operation that we're going to use is multiplication. So under the special product is what do we call as multiplying two binomials. In multiplying two binomials, of course, there are different methods that you can use. We all know that binomial is a polynomial having two terms. So for example, you're given is x plus 4 times x plus 5. So in this case, we have here two binomials. So we're going to get the product. So we can use the first method wherein what do we call as the distributive property. So we have x times x, so that is equivalent into x to the power of 2, applying the laws of exponent. Another x times 5, so we have 5x. And then we need to distribute 4 into x. So you have 4 times x, and that is positive 4x. Then distribute 4 into 5, and that is positive 20. And after that, we're going to combine all the similar terms. Remember that when we say similar terms, so these are the terms having the same variable and same exponent. So we have x squared, 5x plus 4x, so we have positive 9x plus 20. So therefore, if we're going to multiply these two binomials using the distributive property, our answer is x squared plus 9x plus 20. Class, aside from using the distributive property, we can use what do we call as the FOIL method. When you say FOIL method, so these are the products of our first terms, the product of our outer terms, the product of the inner terms, and the product of our last terms. Again, using this example, x plus 4 times x plus 5, we're going first to determine what are the first terms. So from the word itself, first terms. So what are the first terms? So of course, we all know that the first term here are x to be multiplied by x, followed by our outer terms or the terms in the outside. So we have x and positive 5. Another, so I stands for the inner terms. So the inner terms here are 4 and x. And of course, L stands for the last terms. So the last terms in our given is 4 and 5. And then after you determine the first terms, the outer terms, the inner terms, and the last term, so you are going to multiply it one by one. So x times x, we have x to the power of 2, applying the law of exponent. Then x times 5, we have 5x. 4 times x, we have 4x. And 4 times 5, we have 20. And after that, we're going to combine the similar terms. So the similar terms here are 5x and 4x. And we all know that 5x and 4x is equivalent into 9x. So therefore, your final answer is x squared plus 9x plus 20. So this will be our final answer. Okay class, for better understanding about multiplication of binomials or multiplying two binomials using the FOIL method, let us have another example. For example, we have a minus 5 times a minus 9. So determine first the first terms. So the first term here are a times a. The outer terms are a times negative 9. A and negative 9. The inner terms here are negative 5 times positive a. Then the last terms are negative 5 times negative 9. So you have the first terms, the outer terms, the inner terms, and the last terms. Then multiply it one by one. A times a, we have a squared. A times negative 9 is negative 9a. Negative 5 times A is negative 5A. Negative 5 times negative 9, applying the rule of sign, that is positive 45. And then, combine our similar terms. We have negative 9A and negative 5A, so we have negative 13A. So therefore, you have A squared minus 13A plus 45. How it becomes negative 13? So we just add negative 9 and negative 5 since they have the same sign. So therefore, our final answer is A squared minus 13A plus 45. Okay, another example. For example, you're given is 5B plus 3 times 5B plus 3. So let us find first the first terms. So we have 5B times 5B. Then our outer terms is 5B and positive 3. Then our inner terms are, we have 3 times 5B. And then the last terms are 3 and 3. Then multiply it 1 by 1. 5B times 5B is equals into 25B squared. Because 5 times 5 is 25. B times B is B squared. 5B times 3B is 15B. 3 times 5B is equivalent into 15B also. And 3 times 3 is equals into 9. Then, combine similar terms. Since 15B and 15B are both positive, so just add. So we have 30B. So therefore, we have 25B squared plus 30B plus 9. So this will be our final answer. Okay, class, so that is how you are going to multiply two binomials using the FOIL method. So I hope you have new learning today. And if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask your teacher. Thank you and God bless.